I just want to encourage you today that your situation is not permanent. I want to encourage you today that God can open the doors that have been shut in your life. If you want God to open these doors, I need you to do 4 things for me. And I want you to write these down. One, I want you to keep praying. Keep praying and trust God. You can't pray and not trust God. When you pray, you have to trust God. But keep praying. Don't cease praying. Keep praying and trust God. Continue to pray and trust God. I'm going to give you a prayer in Ephesians 1:17 through 23. Ephesians 1:17 through 23. Continue to pray that prayer. But when you pray that prayer, don't doubt. Trust God. Number 2, do not live in disobedience to God. Don't live with unconfessed sin. You know some of the wrong that you've been doing in your life. And some of you have been sinning so long that it feels normal to you. And when that happens, sin can have power over you. So don't live with unconfessed sin. Some of us can get so used to sinning that it's an everyday thing. Have y'all ever met some of those people who lie for no reason? Like that, it's of no benefit to them. It's of no benefit to you. But they just can't help but lie. They lie for no reason at all. Lying to them is almost like a hobby. They have to one up you or something. I mean, sin has gotten so normal to them until it feels like a hobby. They lie for no reason at all. Don't live with unconfessed sin. Number 3, we have to move when God says move. Doors do not open till you reach them. See, we have to stop sitting down and it's like, I'm going to name it and claim it. I'm just going to sit right here and I'm going to watch God. No. You have to get up and move. When God says it's time for you to move and do what you have to do, you have to get up. You have to physically walk to the door. You can't just sit there and wait on the door to open way over there and you're not even at it to walk through it. In Matthew 7:7, it says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Then it says, knock and the door will open. Knock. You got to go to the door in order to knock. You can't just sit and wait on something to come drop from the sky into your lap. When God says move, you got to move. And I guarantee you, if you knock on that door, it will open. If God said move and you knock on that door, it will be opened. Number 4, you have to have the faith that when God opens the door, he has already made the provision for you. Just because you can't see what's on the other side of the door should not mean you don't go through it. If God has been instructing your life, if God is the one that told you to move, once you reach that door and God opens that door, don't worry about what's on the other side of that door because God has already made provisions for you. Or he wouldn't open the door in the first place. Because sometimes God can shut a door and not let you through it. And because we don't know God, we don't know that when he shuts the door, it's for our own benefit. It's to protect us. So if God opens the door for you, know that he's made the provisions on the other side of that door for you. So you need to walk through that door with faith, knowing that God has made the provisions for you. Stop worrying about what's going to happen once you reach the other side of that door. I just come to encourage y'all today to stop thinking that any situation that you're in is a permanent situation. Stop thinking that life is a prison that you can't get out of. Stop thinking that because the doors that you've been trying to open haven't opened yet, that there's no way that this huge, massive issue, this massive door can't be opened. God will establish your way. God can open doors. And when God opens that door, no man can shut it. Amen.